my life at all. So
I don't know. I'm just going to do what we do.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi, Steven. It's great to see you. Usually this is Chained Coffin, but we were down and Eddie, a Bert, and a Dan. And I had been doing some work on my next game. And I'm like, I probably need to playtest this because I've changed something that I've added more that the base Mark of the Odd system doesn't have, and that's a 4th stat.
I think it's a good addition.
I'm hoping so. That's what I'm really hoping for. So yeah, we've got our players here who will be skeletons for the Great Vertebrus Major. They're about to be given their mission that will be conveyed to them by the scribe Occipital Calcaneus. Yeah, they'll go on a mission. Gotta adjust the audio a little bit more. It's still just a touch too loud. Turn down, you fuck. Yeah, good enough. Yeah, well, I guess let's meet our skeletons for the night. I guess I should introduce. For those of you who don't know what this is, Teenage Odyssey is in the works. I've got my test prints. It's in the works. Hopefully, here in the next few months, it'll be fully up and ready to go. Holy shit, Stick Steven. That's amazing. But I've still been working on my next game. What's that, John?
He's gonna pay. He's paying off on that. So
Yeah, he's still got a lot to work down until I can run away with him. Yeah. So my next game is going to be Skin City. It's a Mark of the Odd game again. The inspiration for Skin City is imagine Magic Girl transformation, but it's skeletons growing flesh in skin. That way they can blend in with humans and go on hijink adventures. And that's how Skin City came around. So yeah, let's meet our skeletal invaders. Why don't we start up with you, John?
Yeah. So my skeleton name is Calcius, and I have acquired some additional leg bones, and I am able to move quite quickly. And my fleshy cover story is I go by the name of Hubert, and I'm an old man, and I am a chef. I'm an old chef. No one would expect me to create sonic booms when I run.
Now, here's the important note with Skin City.
Use it, but
Yeah, you won't be able to use it until your flesh suit is destroyed.
that's why I'm an old man. I can get rid of it faster.
There you go. There you go.
Mm.
Very good. Jake, who you playing tonight?
I'll be playing Simon One Tooth, a skeletal pickpocket, but I will be in disguise as an emergency call dispatcher named Simon Allteeth.
They'll never guess. They'll never guess.
Yeah.
Jeremy?
I'm going to be playing a skeletal bone thrower, known as Fracture. He can give up a little bit of himself to help other people out. But my cover story is Bones Malone. I'm a boxer. I put things in boxes.
Because that's
stuff.
That's what boxers do. They put things in boxes.
Anything, I can put anything in a box.
Yeah. And Joe, who you playing?
Yeah, I'm actually a goat skeleton.
Yeah.
By the name of Nathaniel. And my fleshy cover story is I'm not a goat, I'm a bird named Twin Beak. My twin beaks on my head.
God damn it.
Oh, this is so stupid. I love it.
What the?
Oh, that's great. So the scribe has given you your mission. This is a mission. Essentially, the skeletons have heard of some strange thing that the fleshies, and when we say fleshies, it's what we mean for humans. The skeletons refer to them as fleshies. The fleshies have this thing, And the skeletons are very confused about it because the humans say it's food, but something's off about it. So your job is to go into Skin City and investigate and find out what exactly is an omelet. How is an omelet made? What is an omelet made out of? How is an omelet eaten? And since you're learning things, the scribe has decided the best place for you to learn about this is for a mission to Skin City University. So you will be delving through Skin City University. There is a place called a cafeteria where fleshies go to consume everything in sight. You are to make your way to the cafeteria, learn of omelets, and bring that information back. Now, there is another side part to this question. The scribe provides you this checklist. You don't have to do it all by any means, but while you're learning about foods and traveling through the university, please pay attention to the checklist and see how many of these you can check off. Now, Jeremy, you're laughing at one of the things on the checklist. Which one is it that caught your attention?
A bag of genitalia.
It is a common phrase we hear in the fleshy transmissions. Go eat a bag of dicks.
You gotta go gather them first. You gotta put them in a bag.
Yeah, put 'em
We
in
can
a
properly
bag.
test it.
Yeah. So while you're adventuring through, please work on that checklist. Players, you should all have, you've all got the ability to edit that. Only one person's really going to be able to edit it at a time, so just keep that in mind. You will be transported to the corner of the university, out in an open field behind their sports ball things. And then it will be your job to make your way across campus and find out what is an omelet. You all right? Ashley just walked in the room, started beating the shit out of herself. Good God, woman.
I feel like I recognize this map.
The stream can't see the map because the map that I found and wanted to use is of an actual college that I used to work at.
Now you're just a campus that I used to know.
Now you're just a campus that I used to know. Jeremy started it.
Suck it! You can't hit me.
So
Hit him more.
Our primary objective is to figure out what an omelet is, and the secondary objective is to check off as many boxes on this food
And the
chart.
food's right, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The very important thing is, making it to the cafeteria and discovering the secrets of omelet. And if
Okay.
you can,
Find
work on the
the
checklist.
small animals.
Oh.
That is how we will find the cafeteria.
I noticed like a lot of times when the people are moving in and like they're carrying a bunch of stuff. So like what if I help put their stuff in boxes and help them move, and then like maybe they're moving in the room and the roommate's not there yet, and then when they're alone, we chop off their dick and put it in a bag.
That sounds like a great idea.
I
Yeah, this-
approve this plan.
I'm gonna help people move and chop off dicks.
I have
Come on.
skill at preparing meat. I can be of assistance with this.
It is definitely
Alright.
a kind of meat preparation.
Yep.
I'm told it is part of the loin. It's quite tender, they say.
Yeah. So you find yourselves as a white free candy van pulls up on that corner of campus, and you were all unceremoniously pushed out. You find yourself standing in a grassy field You've got your checklist in hand, along with any other items that you would have started with. You can see, looking towards the north, there are multiple sports ball areas with many fleshies sporting all sorts of balls. Looking towards the west, and I'm using the key that's on the map, so players, if you're curious what I'm looking at, you can see a large building with the strange dome top. And looking towards the east, you can see parking lots. And and if you look, players, at the map, I do have our mark at start and our target. See, there's our target. And I'll turn it over to you on what you're playing.
There are fleshies that are running around. Do they go anywhere? Could we just trap one and find out?
You can see that on these sports ball fields, they have large sticks that they're using to hit large balls. And then they run around in a square pattern on the border between the dirt area and the grassy area of this sports ball field.
Okay.
Does it look like any of them are eating anything?
Go ahead and give me I need to remember what I called the stats now.
Any
Give
kind
me a
of
smart stat
Dude,
test.
we join the game, we fall down. When we fall down, we eat some grass.
That's a good idea.
you
but
should
yeah.
try that.
Yeah.
Just
They're
like
going in a
teenage-
square,
oh.
and it's like a box. Box is where my brain is.
Yeah.
Do they have any kind of religious idolatry? Something.
So it sounds like that both Jake and John need to give me smarts tests,
I can do that.
which is a D20. Roll it, hit at or under your smart score. I don't have a lot of the features turned on because this shit was acting mad stupid earlier.
And it's above my smarts.
That is
So
under
do
my
we know
smarts.
how to speak the fleshy language?
Yeah, you all of you can speak the fleshy language.
Okay, we just don't understand anything contextually.
Yeah, you don't have
About it.
context.
Okay,
So the
we're
two-beaked
syntactic,
bird,
not semantic.
the two-beaked bird asked the
Yes.
question, but yes, no. So Jake, what was your question?
Are any of the sports ball players eating anything?
You see
But I
some of them
could not see
appear
it.
to be chewing, but you don't see what it is that they're eating. Maybe the thing they're eating is invisible.
Do we have anything invisible on our checklist?
I don't know if we'd be able to see it.
And John,
Oh, yeah.
it looks like you did pass your test.
I
As
did.
You're looking for any religious iconography, and you
Some
can
sort of-
see
Worship being near this sports ball place.
they're all in matching outfits, but half of them are in one kind of outfit that matches, and the other half are in another, like different colors and stuff. But you do see that there is a very large cat walking around on its hind legs, and it is instructing the other fleshies watching the sports ball from their strange multi-tiered couches. And this large cat, orange in color, it is instructing the fleshies on the multi-tiered couches, and the fleshies on the multi-tiered couches are repeating back what it says, are cheering when it does things. It seems to be leading this crowd and possibly some kind of ritual or something like that. Perhaps giving power to the sports
Seems
ball
to be
players.
managing
Wait a minute.
them in some way.
Let me see that list.
Hmm.
Cat. Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
There's
There's one
cat.
right over there.
There's grass. They're wearing shorts on their ass. That's a twofer.
Ooh,
You just
yeah.
trip and you fall and
Is there grass right here?
Yeah.
I ate some.
You bend down and you eat some grass. Go ahead and give me a strength test.
Cat. The goat will test if grass is edible.
it seems fair.
You mean the bird?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
At least you're not a swan.
It's a D20 roll, right?
Yep, D20, add or under your score.
Rolled under.
Yeah, the grass is very tender and it's got a very sharp taste to it. And it brings pleasure.
Okay.
Grass
Grass
must
is
be
edible.
food.
I know how to get the small pets, and this is just a larger version of a small pet, clearly. So I will go near the large cat and go. Psst, 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 psst.
So how do you get to the large cat?
Where is it?
It's on kind of the opposite side of the sports ball area than what you are. As some of these multi-tiered couches are kind of facing towards you from the opposite sides of the sports ball field. You could
Do
easily
we get
walk
edit
around
permission
it.
on this thing so we can put if it's food or not as we find them?
Let me check. You should have. I'm showing it's got full ownership. You may just need a refresh.
Do you want to disguise
I have it
to
now.
sneak across?
Have I ever seen anyone ever?
I put a box over you. It turns you invisible. I learned it from a video game.
Solid snake it. It sounds like you will get to make, John, an agile test with advantage.
Ooh.
You get to roll twice. Keep the lower.
And they both fail.
They both fail.
I'm not very agile.
And let's not forget there is luck, which you can spend for a reroll. And I'll tell you what, Steven gave us a whole bunch of bits. Why don't we go ahead and just count that as 3 rerolls for the team?
And I will use a reroll.
I'm making a bits journal real quick. All right, marking down 2 rerolls. You get a reroll with advantage.
Ooh.
Not doing any better.
Got one more. There
Aha!
we go.
Eureka! I have succeeded.
Your dear friend, and I don't remember any of your character names.
Herbert.
Herbert, no,
Bones.
Boxes you up, leaves you little leg holes on the bottom, and you squat down and you just shuffle across the field. And you have no problem. Like, you're looking out the little handle hole for, boxes so you can lift it, and you make it clear across with no problem. The rest of you watch. Clearly, the sports ball players really like boxes because they all just stop and silently watch this inconspicuous box just move across the sports ball field. And John, you managed to get right up to this large bipedal cat, and it kind of, you can tell it stops its chanting. Do you do just that?
Yeah. That is the call, yes? According to my book, that's what it says.
Yeah, go and give me a convince test.
Oh, I'm so good at these. No.
You pss, 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 pss. And the rest of you, John, the big cat kind of moves out of the way, and you don't see it anymore through your little hand hole. And the rest of you do see that the large cat stands up on one of the lower of the multi-tiered couch rows, faces towards John's box, puts its arms out to its side, and leaps, doing a flip, landing on John's box on its back. It's that wrestling move that one of the Hardy brothers
Swanton
does.
bomb.
Yeah, he does a swanton bomb on him.
Holy crap.
John, this would count as an unarmed attack, which is a D4. You do take 2 points of damage, which comes out of your flesh points.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Oh, and another.
Herbert, are you okay?
I'm good.
As that happens, the large cat rips the top of the box open and kind of pulls you up to your feet and kind of dusts you off.
Two-legged cats are strange.
So what are the rest of you doing?
I assume this is probably drawing attention from some people.
Everyone in the sports ball field and on the multi-tiered couch are all watching this interaction. No one's really paying attention to the three of you at the back of the field.
I feel so bad for what I want to do, but I gotta go for the twofer.
Okay, give me a body or a strength test.
They're wearing shorts and their back is to me.
Yeah, give me a strength test.
I do a twofer.
As you
God.
three, well, I guess Jake and Joe, you see Bones started a dead sprint heading directly for one of the sports ball players. Is that a pass?
It's a pass.
Leaps through the air, mouth open, and firmly takes a bite. Go ahead and roll me a d4.
Dumb. I'm sorry.
Dealing
Wow.
3 damage to this sports ball player's butt. As you just get a large mouthful. You now have shorts and ass in your mouth.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a strength test.
I will.
Actually, I do want 2 strength tests.
Okay. So let's do the first one for the shorts because that's
Yeah.
on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay, pass. And then for the ass. Oh yeah.
That's super pass.
Shorts.
Shorts are good.
A little.
Ass
They're
is
okay.
amazing.
They're edible. But the ass is truly delectable. It's got this meaty fattiness to it that just, it almost melts on the tongue. It's really good. They both can be checked as yes, but I think ass should be marked with an uppercase check mark for yes.
Yeah.
You can see why people talk a big deal about eating ass.
Yeah.
As this happens, all of the sports ball players start running in all directions. John, the large cat, looks at you and then looks at your friend Bones.
I want to try to take one of the hands that's brushing me off, and I bring it slowly, staring into its eyes, to my mouth.
It's a
And-
convince test. Ashley, why would you regret not having your headphones on? Is it because you can't clearly hear what I'm saying?
Wait until you hear me trying to get some dick. A lot of dicks. A bag of dicks.
That's a fail for me. My convince is a 4.
As you slowly grab this large cat's front paw, it pulls its hand away, and the cat speaks to you and says, "What the fuck, man?" But when it speaks to you, you don't see its mouth move.
I look more closely.
What are you looking for? Give me a smarts test to figure things out.
I passed.
You pass. You realize that this is it reminds you of the earlier versions of the flesh suits. And you get the idea that this is actually not a large cat, but some other kind of creature disguised as a large cat, probably also here on a mission to infiltrate Skin City University.
Game respects game. I just then hold up the paw and give it a smack and mosey on my way.
It accepts your high five. And just everyone else is running in fear as Bones stands up with like just blood trickling down his face, and an injured sports ball player laying on the ground grasping at their new butthole. What do y'all do?
Well, Nathaniel, go ahead and mark down ass. That seems to be edible.
Okay.
Now my trait says I can box anything, no matter how big. So clearly, I'm going to use a box as cover to cover myself. Like get one of those giant like clothing boxes.
Yeah.
And just cover myself in this injured sports player. And I have a box cutter. And under the cover of this giant box, I'm going to cut out a penis. And sit to put into a bag for later.
I would point out they
Give
did
me a
not
luck
have
test.
Got a bag
low
handy.
profile.
Give me a luck test. Luck tests are D6, hit at or under your luck score.
Not mention keeping a low profile.
I would have until I saw that list. No. Now I have a mission.
Okay, this is fine. I was seeing if the sports ball player was unconscious from blood loss. They are not. As you quickly box up you and the now angered sports ball player, as the two of you struggle over this sports ball player's genitalia.
It's okay. It's okay. You just take a nap. You'll be fine.
We're gonna do.
I want to interject and try to ask them in the middle of this. Are you a vegan?
The bird.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I am doing this, discreetly. I put a box over us so nobody can see this happen.
Well, Joe just comes over and with one of his wingtips pokes open the little handle hole and asks in the box. So I'm going to tell you what. Jeremy, you're still, you got to give me a roll.
Okay. What do I use for using my box cutter?
Well, in
Or
this
is it
game,
more of a, like, we're wrestling?
yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do an opposed test.
Okay.
You're going to roll your strength. And because a two-beaked bird just poked its nose into the box and asked if the sports ball player was vegan, you get advantage. You get to roll twice and keep the lower. My sports ball player does pass.
Okay. I pass. Do I need to see how much I pass by, or is it?
Let me re-reference the rules. Go ahead and roll your advantage test.
Okay, I passed by 5 on the first one. So I succeeded, but I don't know how contested works.
So in this game, the first measure of victory in an opposed test is if you actually pass. If both sides passed, then it's the side that rolled lower.
Okay. Him and
So
his stinking 4.
this sports ball player is gonna fight you off from being able to.
Gonna beat me off?
Yes. From
Only
being able to. Oh my gosh, the places we go.
I'm
We're only half an hour in, Chuck.
Yeah, we are.
in rare form.
See, I'm trying to find, and I apologize. I am very slightly distracted because I'm trying to find my "You Are Here" marker to put on the map to show where you all are at, and I don't fucking remember where I hid that shit. I'll tell you what, Jeremy. Go ahead and roll your damage for your box cutter.
No, okay. Cool.
If you would have passed, I would have given you you would have gotten it.
Just a nick.
Just a nick.
Just a tip.
Just a tip.
I mean, I'm not a jerk. Like, I'm only trying to take enough to, like, I need a bag of them, but it doesn't mean I'm going to take all of it. I'm going to leave him some. Like, half is better than nothing, right?
Yeah. Splitting it.
Down the middle, too.
No, I gotta look at how initiative works in this game.
Because he's used to cutting boxes, so he looks for the spot where it looks like there's a split, and he goes down.
God.
Okay. This is just gonna break down into initiative. So give me a second here. And
the most
way
important initiative of this man's life.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I really
I don't know where you
lost.
think you're running. You're stuck in a box.
Yeah.
There's no escaping the box.
You can't get out of this box.
The maze.
Oh my goodness. I use it all the time. How the fuck did I lose the "You Are Here" token? John, what did I do?
You were petting your dog, and then
I'll be
there
right back.
was
Goodbye,
an
Joe.
incident with a snowblower, and you forgot.
That makes sense. See, I thought I kept that in the Mouse Ritter folder, but I don't see it. You know what? I'm just going to grab a new one.
You just grab it off the Pathfinder table.
Is it on the Pathfinder table? No, because I found wherever the base image is stored,
Ah.
because I'm a dum-dum.
Or you can use it's also on DCC.
Same deal.
That's right, because you mentioned it, because you were all excited because you found it.
Yeah.
That was what actually happened, is that you found it, and that thing happened.
Yeah.
I found that thing I was looking for. Now I'll know where it is. It's gone. I don't know. Doesn't exist in my brain anymore.
All right. Just so we have witnesses in the future, I am putting it in the root folder of Foundry. It'll be found in the future. So, yeah, we're going to do initiative. There's no way around it at this point. Because the initiative is going to be this sports ball player in a box who's struggling to keep Bones from taking their wiener.
First of many.
I'm just amazed that Bones found one that had a wiener. I mean, there was a 50-50 chance.
There we go. Now I got my
Called
URL.
taking
I
initiative.
mean, actually, the bag just says it just says a bag of genitalia. I will say no more.
Okay.
No, that's a lie. Push comes to shove. I'll be terrible.
Everyone needs to make an agility test.
Okay.
If you pass, you go before the enemy. If you fail, you go after.
Oh, I passed.
I also pass.
I failed.
Jeremy, how'd you do?
I tried to do it off the sheet. It's being
not-
a pain, so I'm just gonna
you
do it.
have to-
Yeah. Oh, succeeded. Just barely.
And let's see, Joe, you failed. All right, so that means Jake, John, Jeremy, the three of you all get to go first.
Cool.
Now, Jeremy, we are in combat space now, so to continue trying to cut that bit off, you have to do a called shot,
Okay.
which means you'll make a strength test.
Okay.
And if you succeed, you get your cut where you want your cut. You'll get to do your damage no matter what.
Okay. Success.
Success. You take a cut at the dick.
But I'm trying to be very precise.
Yeah. You know that there's at least 4 or 5 skins on this thing, and you only
Well,
want to cut through as many as possible.
It does say specifically, genitalia. The phrase is dicks, so you just want the dick, not any of the other bits.
That's true. All right, so John or Jake, who's going next?
Well, this looks like an emergency situation, so using my soothsayer abilities, I shall attempt to summon responders to respond to the situation.
I have to remember, because you're the first
Emergency call dispatcher, yeah.
Yeah. And you get advantage on convince test to send emergency responders and law enforcement anywhere within Skin City. Okay,
Yeah.
so you just got to give me a convince test.
All right. Ooh, I think that's advantage. And that's below my convince. So yeah, I'm going
Alright.
to call the cops on the sports ball player.
That's in the box.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you get on your radio and you say your special incantation. And as if by magic, all of a sudden, there are police officers, law enforcement units surrounding the box, guns drawn. Get out of the box now! Quit trying to expose yourself in there. All right, John, what are you doing?
Is the thing posing as the giant pet still there, still nearby?
You gave it a high five, and then it started backing away slowly, but it's not too far off from where you are.
I assume that it might just be a similar being to myself, so maybe it knows the answer. What is an omelet?
So weird.
Give me a convince test.
This guy is having a day.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's a fail.
Okay. He backs away a little quicker. It's just rolled up eggs, and then he runs off.
Rolled up eggs. I just stand there contemplating.
Okay. The sports ball player is going to try and get away from you, Bones. So we're going to do opposed strength tests.
Okay.
I super failed, so they're not going to get away.
I succeed.
Okay.
Stay. No, you're not going anywhere.
Like they're trying to like push the lid open, and you're just like,
No, you stay right here. I'm not done yet.
oh, we're going to jail. Joe, it's your turn.
It'll be over soon.
Stop fighting.
Just want your dick.
We have important research.
I'm gonna repeat my question. I need to know if this person is a vegan or not.
Give me a convince test again.
Okay.
Someone's knocking on my door. What the heck?
Don't do it, Jake. It's the
I rolled
police.
very bad. We have audience rerolls,
Yeah,
right?
use a reroll. Good
Hey,
luck,
that's
Jake.
a pass.
You get 2 responses on this, Joe.
Okay.
The person in the box says no. But one of the police officers that Jake summons says, yes, I am a vegan.
Perfect.
Never mind the fact that you're a 2-beaked bird.
Yeah.
Now what? Anything else on your turn? That should pretty much be everything for you, I think.
Yeah. I will I'll decide next turn what I do with that information.
All right. So back to the top. John, Jeremy, or Jake?
Well,
Yeah.
continue.
That's going to be a strength test, and then roll your damage.
Caution. Okay. Oh. Oh, fail.
All right, you still got to
Oh,
roll your
no.
damage.
Getting slippery.
It is starting to get slippery. They're not deep cuts, but it's really a gusher.
Oh my god.
Jake, who is at your door?
Oh, that was a neighbor looking for another neighbor.
Oh. Tell him to go knock on that neighbor's door.
I told him I didn't know where that neighbor lived, which was my honest answer.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, Jeremy, you got cuts all over the pelvic area of this sports ball player, but you've not managed to win your prize yet. But John, Jake, it is your turn, and Jake, just in case you missed it, Joe did ask in the box again if the sports ball player was the vegan. He passed his convince test. The sports ball player said no, but one of the law enforcement officers that you summoned did say yes. So, Jake or John, one of you two get to go.
I know that an omelet is rolled up eggs. I am a chef, and I have seen powdered eggs. I've seen eggs in a carton, in a liquid form. I've never seen eggs that were rolled, though. I will need to, but I know what I'm looking for. Also, I look over and I'm like, oh, I don't think I can do anything about that.
It's a mess. Bones is just like, how am I going to get a whole bag of these? It's so much work.
Jake, it is your turn.
I will go up to the vegan officer and I will say, hello, sir, would you like a cup of coffee?
Do you have coffee?
I do. I have a cup of coffee.
Is it naturally sourced vegan coffee?
Yes.
Is it black coffee, or does it have like cream or sugar in it?
Yes.
No, which one?
The one with the sugar.
Is
You
it
like sugar, yes?
is it like raw cane sugar?
Yeah. Well, it's the rawest.
Sure, yeah, I'll have some coffee.
All right, yeah. I'll hand him my cup of coffee with unknown ingredients.
Okay. They stop what they're doing and start drinking your coffee.
Okay, good. As they're drinking it, I'd like to bite him in the throat.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and give me your strength test.
Oh, shit.
This is to see if you.
9 under 10.
All right, go ahead and roll me your damage.
Four.
You deal 4 damage as you bite the officer's throat. Everything's great. Everything's great. Now, I do want you to go ahead and roll me a strength test.
All right.
Just to see if this is edible.
9 under 10.
Yeah, it's gristly, it's chewy. You really have to work at it a while, but it's food. It's food you have to really kind of work for.
Not all foods are even in the same way, but
Yeah.
they all have their perks, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, so you can mark off vegan as yes.
Oh yeah, good.
Okay. Okay. One officer is grasping at their throats. We're going to say the other 3 officers, seeing that one of their friends was just bitten on the throat by a person, they all turn and they open fire on you, Jake.
That's okay. I'm sure I'll live.
Now they are using guns, and guns are extra dangerous.
Naturally.
You take 18 damage.
Okay.
How are you doing, Jake?
I am 12 below 0.
So it comes out of your flesh points first, and then after that it comes out of your strength. So what's your strength score?
0.
Oh, you had 16 altogether.
Yep.
As you all turn, and you see Simon go down in a flurry of gunfire. And it's a 2-stage thing, as one moment his flesh suit explodes, sending gore everywhere. And then in the next moment, his skeleton breaks to pieces and collapses on a pile on the floor.
Oh no, my bones!
Jake, you can go ahead and start rolling up a new character.
All right.
Oh god.
As Simon is dead.
Oh god.
So yeah, the police officer shot. The sports ball player is just going to try and punch you, Jeremy.
Okay.
Because, yes, they're panicking. They hit you for 3 damage.
Okay.
Okay. Jeremy or John, it's your turn.
Get that dick.
Okay. See if you can pass your strength test this time.
I do. It's close, but I do. Come on, give me a decent D6 roll for a change. There we
You need at
go.
least 2.
I got 6 that time. I made my called shot and I got all 6 on it. I took all 6.
Give me a moment. I don't know if I've got... I don't have injuries put on there. So I'll tell you what, you do burn through their health pool. And you've got your prize detached in your hand. As the sports ball player is completely unconscious at this point from blood loss.
Excellent.
You've got it.
I'm going to just casually walk away from all of this. And I see that there's some trees up ahead. And I'm going to walk over to the tree and give it a nibble.
Okay. Give me a strength test.
Oh, excellent.
It's a tree, so I am going to make you give strength test with disadvantage.
That's fair. That's not so good.
Poor Simon One Tooth. Killed by his own summons.
Unfortunately, that is a fail.
Definitely not edible.
All right.
Okay.
Call back to. Can I call back to our note taker and be like, "Tree not edible."
Okay.
It's the police officers, and because that was Jeremy and John. Jake's still rolling his new character. Police officers are going to then pull out their billy clubs and go up and start beating on the exploded corpse of Simon. And they will be preoccupied with that.
Stop resisting.
Stop resisting. You can see one of them pulls out an extra gun and throws it on Simon's corpse. And the other one pulls out a bag of white powder and throws it on Simon's corpse. And they all begin beating the pile of bone and flesh harder. Joe, it's your turn.
Does that bag of white powder look like dust?
Yes.
I'm gonna go eat that. Because we gotta know.
Gotta know.
Oh, give me an agile test.
Okay. That meets it.
That passes. You carefully sneak in and manage to reach in there with one of your two beaks and snatch that little baggie and pull it out while the officers are too busy beating on the corpse. It looks like this white dust in this small plastic bag. As you easily slink away.
Great.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna eat it.
Okay. Give me a strength test.
Okay. That's pass.
Good. So this is automatically going to get marked as food because after you kind of rip the bag open and choke this dust down, you feel great. You've got so much energy. But that strength test was just to make sure that your fleshy heart didn't explode from the ingestion. I mean, after all, you are a skeletal goat disguised as a bird with two beaks. So, I mean, I'll tell you what, for the rest of the night, because you're all hopped up on coke, it is edible. Dust is edible. You can have an extra action on each of your turns in combat. But every time you take that each extra action, you have to roll a strength test. And when you fail, your fleshy heart explodes, instantly destroying your flesh suit.
I feel like that wouldn't be a part of the calculus when I'm on this drug. I'd want to do it anyway.
Probably not, no.
More importantly, we have a bag for the dicks now.
It's a small bag.
Do.
Well, we don't have to take the whole dick.
That's true.
Just
You
the
just
tip.
need just slices of each one.
Just enough to eat it.
Yeah. Just one mouthful.
Honestly, a smaller bag means it's easier to fill. Because
That is true.
I gotta tell you, it's hard getting a dick.
We only need one more, and then it's plural.
Good point.
Okay.
That's math.
Next round of initiative. Are any of you, and this is the question, are any of you going to make aggressive movements towards the police officers?
Nope, we leave the body hidden under the box, so clearly nobody's any the wiser.
Yeah.
And then run away.
You're all able
I'll wait for them by the tree.
to meet up with John by the tree. Now, as John is waiting for his two friends to meet by the tree, Jake, you were stationed in this tree earlier this morning as reinforcements in case this omelet crew needed backup. So, Jake, why don't you tell us about your new character?
My new character is Brother Allspark, who is a monk. And but his actual name is Johann Seedface, who is a pumpkin king.
Nice. I really like it. So listen, stream. The thing with monks is they've got this flavor text, which is fun. It's entertaining. It's fine. The joke is the items.
Yeah,
As
it's the gear that
A
sells
monk,
it.
your fleshy cover story for monk, your starting items are a can of gasoline, a lighter, and a rock album with a picture of you on the cover. It's so good. So good. Yeah, all of a sudden, Brother Allspark hops down from the tree. And you would all recognize him from, the mission briefing.
From his giant, suspiciously round head.
Very much so.
We haven't found an omelet yet, but dust is great.
The omelets are made of rolled eggs. I don't know what they're rolling them on, but they are rolled eggs. I don't know what the eggs come from. The eggs I know come in a mix, or you pour it out of a thing. I don't know. I don't know much about eggs.
Yeah.
Well, I know things roll downhill.
Maybe there's a hill in the cafeteria.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like you roll it, so you let it go its own way. Like, I'm gonna let you do this omelette, right?
Oh,
Let you roll.
yes.
And when it comes back, you
Yeah.
eat it. Yeah.
If a breakfast really loves you, you let it go, and if it comes back, it hatches and becomes a bird.
It's good to
And
know.
then there's
That's
more
why
meat.
birds collect eggs.
Yeah.
I've noticed birds like to collect eggs.
They do. Yes, you do like to be the bird.
Okay, now what? As you look around towards the east, you can see some more parking lots, and you can see some like maintenance type buildings. To the north, there is a road. There's no vehicles on it, but there is a road. Towards the west-ish, you can see there's a very, very large sports ball arena. But instead of playing sports ball, there are all sorts of people in strange uniforms with big hats marching around each other, playing strange instruments.
Are any of those things on the list?
I am wondering if there are any tiny fleshies running about unattended.
I don't see anything on the list.
That's why I'm looking for tiny fleshies. You never know where they might be.
Give me
Dogs.
a smarts test.
Smarts test. I failed.
No signs of any small fleshies.
Well,
in the
but
area.
Are there any flyers or anything? Like,
Sure.
okay, like
You
a
move
little
up
paper
to-
thing with like a message on it or something?
Oh yeah. You go walk up and you see a handful of flyers.
I eat the paper that has words on it. I eat words.
Oh, give me a strength test.
Ha! Oh, sorry. I typed the wrong thing in because
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
stupid. Okay, success.
It is hard. It is coarse. It takes a long while to chew, but you do successfully swallow it down. Edible, but not pleasant.
Edible only for nerds.
Words are for nerds.
I am a bit of a nerd. I'll wad some up and
Give me a strength
Chew on
test.
I make it
Uh,
delicious.
delicious. The words are delectable. So
yeah, I
once
kind of
again-
agree. I'm not seeing anything on the list over there. Maybe it's better to start moving towards a target.
Yes, yes.
Yes, the cafeteria will have all the
Yeah.
edible things we need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you taking the shorter routes and cutting straight through this huge sports ball field, or are you going to follow the road and then turn towards the sports ball field?
Hmm.
Well, that would just take longer, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But cars, I don't know.
Wait. Bones, would you get us all boxes?
Yeah, I've got a whole stack of them.
Yeah.
Brilliant
We will
idea.
take the boxes across the field. It worked before.
Right?
You all get boxed up. Everyone roll me agile test with advantage.
So delightfully done.
I can't fit the box over my head.
Yep.
No, everything gets boxed.
No matter how big. The
I was successful.
You all start moving across the sports ball field in your large box or in your boxes. And Jake, brother Allspark, you hear someone say, "What is this box doing here?" As you feel yourself lifted up and moved, and you realize they have moved you back to the starting point. And now you're far behind your friends as they're still moving along unhindered. What do you do?
Well, I have to catch up. I'll dispose of the box and I'll start to jog onto the field.
Okay, give me agile test.
Okay. That's not fast enough.
As you start jogging across this field with all of these fleshies and their strange suits with their strange big hats, playing strange instruments, you are just running into all of them. And like dominoes, you manage to hit them just right in the formation as they all go tipping over with just this cascading sound of wrong notes and yelling in anger. And you stand at the epicenter
That's right.
looking around at all of these fleshies on the ground, looking up at you angrily.
Here, hold this. And I'll throw my can of gasoline at him.
You do.
Okay, good. Then I'll light the gasoline up.
Yeah, wait.
As good, give me a fucking strength test.
7 under 9.
You managed
my.
to soak at least half of these fleshies in gasoline and then strike the fire with your lighter.
yes.
And in the fucking smoke and screaming and running around, you're able to slip across the field and easily catch up with your friends.
Okay, good.
As in the distance somewhere, you hear the sound of sirens.
Oh, that's trouble. I better get away from that.
You all make it across the field. You see now your target, and between you and your target is this communal space with lots of fleshies loitering around. Some of them are setting in circles, playing drums. Some of them have these long, flat ropes stretched between two trees, and they're jumping on the ropes. Some of them have these soft balls as they stand in a circle and kick the soft balls at each other, kicking them back and forth. You see others pre-coitus under blankets. You're going to have to traverse this field, this communal area before you get to your target. What's the plan?
I want to look for tiny fleshies in this field.
Give me a smarts test.
I fail.
You don't see any tiny fleshies, but you do see kind of hidden under the shade of a large tree. There is a blanket with lumps moving around underneath of it, obscured from vision, hidden. But those lumps moving around in the way they are could be there's a small fleshy or two underneath that blanket jumping up and down.
Okay.
Small fleshies probably have smaller genitalia. It'll be
I'm
easier to
looking
chop
for
off.
worms.
Oh God.
This would be a good place
Let's
for
do it.
worms.
Okay.
I'm gonna help you for all the wrong reasons.
So the Jeremy and Joe are going to go inspect this blanket that may be hiding small fleshies.
Mm-hmm.
John's going to look for worms.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, what are you doing?
I will punch the ground to drive the worms out.
Ooh.
Okay. So Jake drops to the ground and starts pounding on the ground. John, how are you helping to fetch these worms?
I'm looking for them, and then if I see one, I'm going to crouch down, as though I have my loafer shoe needs to be tied, and I will then pluck the worm from the ground and eat it real quick.
Okay, you're going to make a smarts test with advantage because Jake's helping
Well,
you here.
I already passed.
Oh. Yeah. With Jake's brother Allsparks pounding on the ground, you see a worm slowly rise up to the surface as you grab it nonchalantly and toss it in, kind of, disguising your actions. Go and give me that strength test to measure the edibility.
I tied, so
You're good. A little gritty, a little slimy. Goes down easy, though.
it does. It's a pleasant wriggly sensation when it goes
Yeah.
down.
Edible.
Ah,
If you bite it, you lose the
Fascinating.
wriggly sensation. You just swallow whole.
Good to know. Okay.
You
Uh,
tickle.
So the bird with two beaks walks up to this blanket.
to the
with
beast with two backs.
Bones moves up. What's your plan here?
I'll let you lead. I just have the box ready.
I think we need to box it first.
That's what I wanted to do, but I wanted to respect you taking lead. I
In a
agree.
flurry
Box this all up.
of movements, several large boxes are taped together, and all of a sudden, Joe and Jeremy are inside this large box along with this blanket with hopefully small fleshies underneath of it. Now, as you're now boxed in, Jeremy, go and give me an agile test.
Okay. Do 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 do. Success.
You boxed so well, they didn't even realize they were boxed. And these small fleshies jumping under this blanket are continuing, unaware of the change in surroundings.
Oh, fleshy, so dumb.
I think the thing we should do,
They
they're
fall
already in
for
the blanket. I think I should use the blanket to help keep them held in place while you go, do what you need to do. So basically,
Yep.
they're already in the blanket. I'll use the fact that they're already wrapped in a blanket to just like cinch it tight, so he can just crawl under the blanket, get to the tender bits.
Okay.
That's the plan.
You grab the blanket. You cinch the corners. There's a yelp of surprise. As Joe, you dive under the blankets. You're going to get advantage on whatever you're doing under this blanket.
now that I'm under the blanket, are there small fleshies?
No, it is 2 regular-sized fleshies. Both
Abort!
of them appear to be disrobed from the waist down.
I start screaming abort and trying to leave.
The fleshy that is on top of the 2 does respond to you that it's too early for that.
And I try to leave.
You can leave.
Okay.
They're kicking and screaming against the blanket. Jeremy, what do you do?
Using the blanket to kind of brace as best as possible. I feel so horrible. It'd be so terrifying to just have this box
You
cutter
gotta get a bag full.
slowly cutting down the blanket until you can see if there's bits to chop off.
You slice the blanket open.
I'll assist with that.
And you just see ass with legs
know that's
poking
edible.
up from either side of the ass. There's ass in the way from telling if there's the bits that you need. What are you gonna do, man?
Cut that ass out of the way.
You go across the chasm or with the chasm?
I think it's kind of like you gotta go against the grain. So it's kind of like scraping against and trying to follow where it goes. Kind of like whittling.
Give me a strength test.
Oh, God. I did not realize this is how this would go. Oh God!
Things are a little
Just
more
like
slippery than what you imagined. And as you bring your box cutter down, just this surge of strength you weren't expecting. And you feel your box cutter slice through bone and flesh as they split open, and moving away from encasing it, you see a glistening prize standing tall that was underneath the ass.
Found you!
Give me an agile test with advantage, because what the fuck?
I hate to ask, but is there a possibility of a secondary effect? Because I see that poo is
Yes.
also on our list.
Is that a pass?
It's a pass. Just on the wire. And that's before the advantage.
Using it's there, it's one fell swoop, and you've got it in hand as it quickly shrinks in your grasp, blood spraying everywhere. Sadly, there is no location of no poo that you're seeing. You've got 2 of them now.
Okay.
You've got
And
2.
I'll tell the other one, have a nice day. The box is on me.
As John and
Emily.
Jake,
A nice day.
you look over and you see there's a very large box under the tree. And Joe and Jeremy climb out of the top of it, with Jeremy covered in blood and screaming coming from the box. More sirens are heard in the distance.
We should probably round up.
In the cafeteria!
Yes.
We must find those
gotta put this in the
bullies.
bag.
I mean, we're going to the church, everybody.
Yes!
Give me a convince test, Jake.
One under 11.
You hear several of the people in the area start screaming as they're running from this box and this bloodied Jeremy. Everyone, get away! The dick bandit's heading towards the church!
Like hurriedly trying to shove this thing into the bag with the other one.
I will say, at
So
this
the-
point, You've
Frosted
got
with cocaine.
a bag with a light dusting of Coke. And
Stuff it in.
there's 2 dicks in that bag. And so you do technically have a bag of dicks right now.
Just trying to awkwardly eat while running.
Of all the places this playtest could have gone tonight, didn't expect this. Really didn't. Give me a strength test there, Jeremy.
Oh, there's Chuck.
That is on the nose.
Maybe if you weren't running, it may be better. But you managed to choke down that bag of dicks. It is edible. It is edible.
Needs more Coke.
Give me
it's a
another
good thing
strength test. I forgot about the Coke.
we don't worry about monetization on YouTube, Chuck.
What's that?
It's a good thing we don't worry about monetization on
Listen,
YouTube.
as long as it's not in like the first 3 minutes, we're fine.
It's true. It's true.
Success.
I don't know if that's the rule anymore.
I hope not. Because, good God, this video does not deserve to be monetized.
I don't know.
Your heart doesn't explode. Good job.
We can just-
Same thing as what Joe's got. On your turn in combat, you can take an extra action, but you got to pass a strength test or your heart explodes.
All right.
So to get to the cafeteria, there are 2 options. It's kind of like this large building complex with all these different buildings connected together. With the cafeteria kind of in the center, you could try and cut around the building to see if you can find an entrance directly to the cafeteria. Or there's this large building in front of you that says Student Union. And you could go into the Student Union and hopefully it connects on the inside. So what do you want to do? Or outside or cut through on the inside?
Direct would be good, but we might find a back way in going through the building.
I don't think the cafeteria would see us coming if we went in the back way.
Yes.
So what is the back way for you?
It's gonna go to the student services.
Through the Union? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you all run up to this door. You throw open these doors and you run inside. And you find yourselves, you bump into a group of people as they're all watching. One person kind of a little farther ahead as they describe parts of the university. They describe parts of the building. They're pointing out artwork. And they say, okay, now follow me. We're going to go over here.
I look at Bones and I raise my hand and I go, where are the washrooms?
The person leading, the restrooms are here and here. And points just off to the side of the entrance a little ways.
Bones, go to one of those. You've got a bit of things.
I've got a bloody nose.
Yeah, you're gonna need to.
I fell down.
Well, if you have a bloody nose, if you go to, I mean, go clean up, but if you would like, if you would go to the next building over, pointing at this building, we have student health services, and they could help with that bloody nose if it doesn't stop.
Okay.
Now, we'll continue the tour. Everyone else follow me. Please catch up when you're done.
Okay. I'll go to the washroom, wash up a little bit.
Should we take the tour?
Well, she did
Bones
mention
just gets
ketchup.
left behind.
So you're all
Wait.
standing in the bathroom as Bones is scrubbing his face. You're trying to scrub it out of your clothing, but it's not coming out real well, and now your clothing's all wet on the front as well. But it's fine. It doesn't look as bloody.
I'm checking the stalls.
Good. You throw the first stall open, and it's empty. You throw the second stall open, and the porcelain bowl here has this yellow water. Maybe it is the lemonade that you've heard.
Mm.
And then you throw up in the third stall, and there is a dookie with a bunch of wadded up wet white paper on top of it, floating in the bowl.
Well, the more reconnaissance we can acquire, and I will kneel down and.
You grab the turd and you take a bite. You got to make a strength test.
Oh, I don't even grab it. I just dunk my face in.
Okay. That's a choice. You are eating shit, so I'm going to make you take it with disadvantage.
Oh,
Fair. That's fair.
all the other nonsense. This makes me cringe.
Natural.
Manages.
Disadvantage, though, you said, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Disadvantage.
you got to roll twice and take the higher.
I still pass.
You still pass. It is. Maybe it would have been better if it was a little warmer. The addition of
It's
some
like a soup.
corn
Where's the
in there
soup?
is a pleasant little surprise. Kind of sticks to the roof of your mouth. Totally edible, though.
Mhm.
Weird nutty flavor.
We've had way too much shit eating on our streams lately, Chuck.
We've had so much.
Oh, wait, I know. Like a bunch of people watching the sports, where they maybe do the thing where they weren't even bothering to wear shirts while they were watching the sports ball.
Give me a luck test.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Oh, come on.
The D6 at or under your luck score. Yeah, some of them back at the first sports ball field. Some of the players didn't have shirts on.
Okay. I've got it. Disguise. I take off the shirt and I don't clean. I'll take not all of the blood, but I'll take some of it and like draw a letter on my chest. So like disguise.
Nice. It's a very good disguise. What letter do you draw?
You.
Okay. You've got a red U on your chest. Disguise.
Yeah. For
Thinking
underwear.
good.
Yeah.
You all leave the restroom. You can see a little ways down, heading deeper into the Union, is that tour group. You can see several small shops, lounge areas, a couple of like small little like fleshy eateries, like little restaurants that
You said
serve.
there are shops,
Yeah,
like gift shops.
yeah. There's a gift shop.
I'm going to look to see if they have any cats or dogs in them.
Or eggs.
Yes. They have small little orange cats all piled onto one shelf that look like small versions of that large cat that you saw out on the sports ball field.
Ah, I see.
This must explain that other fellow's disguise.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
Well, I'm going. You make a distraction. I'm going to eat one of them.
Okay.
Very well.
Sam, what would you for a distraction?
What are you doing?
I'm going to talk to the fleshy nearest to me and say, "How do you do, fellow warm one?"
Give me a convince test.
Of a warm one.
That's above my convince.
You get a distraction by creeping them the fuck out.
Oh, perfect.
Hey, you want to see something? I can wave at you. I start rolling my belly at him.
Give me another convince test.
I'm not good at convincing. Nope.
It looks
creep-
familiar somehow.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. As the two of you manage to creep out a decent portion of this gift shop, all that remains is the cashier behind the counter watching you as you've just creeped out, watching Jeremy and Jake as you've just chased off their customers.
Do I need to do a strength test for eating the cat?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, definitely not food.
You bite it and it just like expands in your mouth and it's this dry, fibrous, and you can't swallow it because it just sticks to the inside of your mouth and your teeth.
Terrible.
Disgusting.
It's definitely not food.
Cat, not food. As the clerk sees you in the back, trying to eat one of the stuffed animals, and they grab a club, a bat, from behind the counter and come chasing after you, trying to chase you out of the store. How do you all react to this?
Let's see if she has her lunch stored back here.
And pull out my own clubbing.
This seems like they find eating cats to be taboo.
Jeremy, give me a smarts test.
Okay.
John, give me an agility test, an agile test.
That's a fail.
They get to swing first at you
That's fair.
as they swing and then scream at you to get out. 2 damage.
Oh, so mean to an old man.
Get out of here, you old creep. As Jeremy, you're rooting around behind the counter. You don't see their lunch. You don't see anything like that. You do see plastic bags. You do see a small drawer attached to the bottom of the counter on the inside with a button. And when you push the button, it goes ching and slides out. And you can see that it is filled with the fleshy paper, the paper of the fleshies that they exchange for goods and services. But no food.
I'll shove that down my pants.
Okay, you just grab a bunch of money and start shoving it down your pants. As they turn and see you grabbing stuff out of the cash register, and they hold the bat high and they come charging at you.
I have a condition.
Give me a convince test.
No.
No, they just charge in and they
Have
hit
a
you with the
concussion
bat.
soon.
I have a condition.
You take 7 damage.
Yeah, I only had 6 flesh points.
Everyone starts with 6 flesh points. So here's what happens. Your flesh suit explodes. Just everything in this store is now covered with blood and gore. As you stand there in your natural skeleton form, fully exposed, as this cashier starts screaming, "It's a skeleton! It's a skeleton!"
Oh no! A
I'll
skeleton.
shove money in her mouth to make her quiet.
We're going to call this an unarmed attack with a called shot, so give me a body test.
Okay.
You always roll against your max body, though. That doesn't go down.
Okay. Still a fail.
Do you want to use our last reroll? I think we've got one
Yes.
left. Or you can use a luck.
Use that reroll. Why not?
Yeah.
There we go.
Give me a D4. Three damage as you just grab a wad of cash and just shove it.
It's the water cash that I just shoved down my pants that burst in with all
Yeah,
the blood
yeah.
and nastiness that is now.
As they stand there stunned, a few teeth broken out, giving you a moment to escape. Now, Jeremy, though, you are now fully exposed as a skeleton. And you know that fleshies treat skeletons fight on sight.
Gotcha. I mean, this is like a campus like gift store, right?
That you're
So
in
they
right
probably
now.
have like hoodies and maybe sweatpants.
Yes, they would.
Hoodie and sweatpants.
You throw on some sweatpants, you throw on a hoodie.
Socks.
Oh, yep, socks. And they're
Socks.
probably like the ridiculous like novelty socks
They are.
too.
They are.
Ooh, fingers. Fingers. Foam fingers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, foam fingers.
You draw the
And-
hood
Probably cat
closed.
And a mask,
The cat's
like a
body.
mascot mask.
Fucking genius. You are disguised as a very skinny student with a lot of school pep.
They have a condition.
I have a condition.
Fucking Christ. You all leave the pet store. Not the pet store, the goddamn gift shop.
Oh, if only they had a pet store.
If only they had a pet store.
Now you call that a buffet.
As you try to find and catch up with the tour, but you're not able to. But as you move deeper into the Union, you see the large door off to the side, this large ornate double door with the words above it says cafeteria.
The fools, they led us right to it.
Perfect. They'll serve us an omelet, and we'll see how they roll their eggs.
Yes.
Each of you give me a smarts test.
Ah, 416.
I
passed.
fail.
What?
3 of you pass. And as you're walking by, you can see a very professorly looking person sitting in a lounge chair. And you notice as you walk by, he starts sniffing. Looks around, notices the 4 of you for the moment, and then tries to like almost hide behind their book, but you see him peeking up over the book at the 4 of you with just this hungry look in their eyes. But you do see the entrance to the cafeteria. So what do you all do?
I'm gonna punch that thing.
You punch the guy?
Yeah.
All right, you just roll a d4. Punch is a d4.
All right. Yeah, he's suspicious.
You knock him out of his chair. He lands on the ground.
Or no, wait, no. I roll a d6 because of my deadly
Oh,
fists.
you do. Roll that d6
Oh,
instead.
nice.
5. That's way better.
Wow.
You knock him hard out of his chair. The chair goes tumbling over. He stands up. He's like, wait. I'm not an enemy.
What?
I know what you all are. You're skeletons.
He's an enemy. Get him.
No, I'm not an enemy.
Then what are you?
I am an osteologist.
Is that on our list of things?
An osteologist is like a doctor or a scientist that specifically studies bones. As he looks at you and licks his lips with hungry eyes, he stands up. I'm not an enemy. Let me show you to my office.
After you get us an omelet.
Deal. Why don't... Here. The stairs right over there. Go up. Go down the hallway on the left. You're going to look for room 208. That is my office. Wait for me there, and I will bring you each an omelet.
Omelet here, then your office.
Very well. And he gets up and he scurries off.
Stupid.
I don't
humans.
trust him.
I don't either. I should have hit him harder.
A few minutes later, he comes back with 4 styrofoam containers. Stacked up, he's carrying them like this. Your omelets are inside. Please, let's go to my office. We can talk privately there. You can enjoy your omelets.
I'm opening and eating my omelet as we walk.
I'm eating the entire thing, including the styrofoam.
See,
So, as you
he's
all
doing it right. You gotta eat the shell
grab
too.
them, and those of you who open it and look, you can see that it is just You're a chef, John. It looks like scrambled eggs that just someone rolled up and put bits of meat inside.
Did I roll?
It's okay. I guess it's food.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even
Sure.
going to make you roll. It's actual food.
Eh.
It tastes fine.
Even I could make this.
Yeah.
More
You just
fun if they're.
Would just have to figure out how they managed to get the eggs to come out rolled up, but
I
Okay.
think we discussed that earlier. It's the hill.
All right.
oh,
Well,
okay.
let's let him lead us to his office. Then, meanwhile, like the box cutter will be inside of the foam finger, and as soon as his back is turned,
Absolutely setting a trap.
Are
stab
you
in the
attacking him?
back.
Yeah, you get up the stairway, you're in a private little hallway. If you're making an attack, this is your opportunity.
Yeah. I just assumed, like we all said, we don't trust him.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you what, give me an agility test.
Okay.
And if this agility test is successful, I'll let you roll double damage.
I want to hear him out.
Well, it's a little late for
I'm
that.
sorry.
Go ahead and roll me 2d6.
The best roll, but
All right, give me a second here.
that's what he took 5 earlier from
Yeah.
the punch.
He screams out in pain as you stab him hard and deep. He collapses to the ground, blood kind of spraying out of his back. There doesn't seem to be anyone else in this hallway. As he pleads with you, please, please. I'm not an enemy. I just want to feel your bones inside me next to my own bones.
I will take off the foam finger and I'll shove my finger bones inside the stab wound. Okay.
He is going to complicate this. As you take off the foam hand and you wiggle your bone hand and you're leaning in, he immediately rolls over and pulls his pants down, presenting his ass in the air. Yes, please.
That's my career in politics ruined.
Listen, the great thing with Skin City is I've got a lot of tables that you roll when creating your one-shot adventure. And the big bad for tonight's episode, I rolled up an osteologist with a bone fetish.
No, I'm not going for the
That's
hole he's
fair.
asking for. He wanted bone on bone. That means I'm shoving my fingers into the stab wound.
Yeah, I mean, you stabbed him in the back. You easily just take a step forward and you jam your hand hard into his back. Fucking Christ. Just give me another D6.
God. I feel like a horrible person.
Yeah.
You like that? I don't know how this works. You people are weird.
Give me a moment here. Actually, I can just reference this book.
when the DM has to look up the rules.
Joe over there working on a serious game, Van V.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're all welcome.
You cracked someone's ass like a walnut, Jeremy.
Or a pistachio.
As you jam your hand hard into the stab wound on their back, you can feel a lung deflate. They will lose their next turn in combat because of this. You've completely depleted their hit points, the human flesh points. I guess we got to do initiative.
Okay.
Everyone make an agile test. Tell me if you pass or fail.
I
Yeah.
passed hugely.
I failed.
All right. Joe, how'd you do?
Pass.
All right. Where did we go wrong today? This is amazing. And Jake, you said you failed?
Yep.
All right. So John and Joe, the two of you get to go first.
I'll go first if that's okay, Joe.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. What are we? Just checking on our list. Okay. Oh, I know.
What are you doing?
I pull out my tasting spoon and I try to dig out one of his eyes because I need to try the ice cream.
Give me a strength test. This is a called shot.
Do it.
Oh, do we have any rerolls left?
You got luck.
Do I spend a point of luck?
Yeah, you reduce your luck by
Yeah.
1, and you get to reroll.
All right.
Do it.
Doing it. Success.
Now roll a d6 for your damage because it's a one-handed weapon.
3.
Okay, yeah, you scoop an eyeball out. And toss it into your mouth. And give me a strength test to see if it's edible.
It's not. It's almost edible, but not quite.
You bite it and it just ruptures in your mouth, and the pop really, it surprises you. And you yell out because you're
Very
startled.
gushy.
And it just all spills out of your mouth.
Ugh.
Not edible. They have defenses. Eyeballs have defenses. Ice cream can defend itself from being eaten.
It's dangerous.
important to
Mark
know.
that on the form.
Mm-hmm.
But don't swallow. Got it.
Don't swallow. Joe, it's your turn.
Is this guy still moving?
Yes. He's on the ground. He's had a lung ruptured. He has an eyeball ripped out. Stabbed in
Yeah.
the back.
Fancy
My
around
headbutt him
the-
with my twin beaks.
Okay.
Four points of damage.
Okay. You deal 4 points of damage. It is his turn, and because of that injury he took, he lost his turn. So that takes us to Jake and Jeremy.
I think my hand's still stuck in something. I'll let Jake go first.
Jake, what are you going to do?
Well, I don't know. I think I'll just I'll observe for science.
Okay. Very good. Jeremy, your hand's still stuck. Are you going to jam your hand in farther to do more damage, or what?
I mean, I'm giving him what he wanted. He got us the omelet, right? So I figure
It's
I should
only
give him
fair.
exactly what he wanted. So I just need to fist even further.
Yeah, you reach in farther and you find one of his rib bones on the opposite side of the body. Give me another
And actually, the
D6.
special thing my type of skeleton does is about breaking off pieces of bone and flinging them. So I know all about how to break off pieces of bone.
Yeah, you grab that chunk of rib and snap it right off the sternum. Give me a D6.
Ow.
Still alive. He screams in pain as you pull your hand out.
Is
You've
everything
got
you hope for?
like a boomerang of rib in your hand.
Is this doing it for you?
John and Joe, it's your turn.
Okay, go ahead, Joe.
Sorry.
You headbutt him to death. You're muted, Joe.
Oh, there. Yep. Headbutt.
He's dead. You've all tasted, and you maybe still have some omelet left. Your job's been completed. You know, now can retreat if you want.
Before we do that, I do dip the omelet into the fleshy bits. Take a bite. Does it work as a sauce?
Yeah, it's nice. It's warm. Kind of a little creamy.
The saltiness, yes.
Yeah.
I'm a
It's
chef.
good. The omelets on their own, they definitely were lacking salt, so dipping it in this blood helps out.
Yeah.
As you all manage to slip out the back of the cafeteria, sneak your way across campus to the extraction point, you load up in the free candy van, and you manage to escape Skin City to report back to the scribe.
Mission accomplished.
So the scribe wants to know two things. What are omelets? Are omelets food? How are omelets made?
They are rolled eggs. They are food, and you make them by rolling eggs.
Down a hill.
And if they come back, you can eat them.
Okay. Very good. How did the list go? What all is food and what all is not food that you discovered?
We got a
Yeah.
lot on the list.
We found that cats are food.
No, they're not.
Cats are not food.
Or cats are not food. That's right, because you ate. Yeah.
Also, be
Cats are
aware
not food.
maybe other things posing as cats.
Didn't think about that.
Trees are not food.
Trees are not food. Ass is food.
Fantastic.
Bag of genitalia is food. Dust is the best food.
Yes.
Shorts are food. Words are food, but they're not very good. Worms are food. Poo is food. Grass is food. Vegans are food, but very dangerous. They have guns. and ice cream is not food.
Uh,
Very good. This was a successful mission. All hail Vertebrus Major.
All hail Vertebrus Major.
You can
Oh,
return
Vertebrus Major.
to your civilian lives. Thank you for your service in this. And that's the session.
We did it.
We did. We did
We
something.
did something.
Did it.
Good God, we did something.
We offended everyone. Hooray.
Yeah.
Maybe on a list now. I don't know.
We definitely are. After that, there's no way you can't be.
Someday my kid's gonna find this on YouTube.
They're going to laugh so fucking hard. Anyway, good game, guys. Uh-oh. Yeah, Griffin, it is weird as fuck. This is the next game that I'm working on, which is weird as fuck. It all started because I had the idea of what about skeletons going through a magical girl transformation to get flesh suits so they could go and be around humans. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, we're gonna end the stream here. Come back Wednesday for Night Below. Come back Friday for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Go check out the YouTube. There's a Paranoia game coming out this week. Eventually there'll be more Pathfinder from John's campaign over there. This will end up there eventually.
How long it'll stay up there is in the air.
It's in the air. It's in the air. Anyway, all hail Vertebrus Major. Goodbye.